We went to a restaurant bar to have a good time. That was the plan, anyway. It had been raining all evening, the kind of cold, soaking rain that seeps into your shoes and makes streetlights smear into orange ghosts on the pavement. The bar sat at the end of a narrow side street, its neon sign buzzing weakly. Open, though half the letters were dead, leaving it to read ON. Someone joked that it was a bad sign. We laughed and went in. The door shut behind us with a thick, padded thud, like it had sealed instead of closed. The warmth inside was immediate, almost oppressive, carrying the smell of alcohol, old wood, and something faintly metallic. A man stood behind the bar, tall and narrow, wiping down the counter with slow, deliberate movements. He looked up when we entered, his eyes lingering on us one by one, counting. "Sit anywhere," he said. His voice echoed strangely, stretching just a bit too long before fading. We chose a booth near the wall. The vinyl seat stuck slightly when we sat down. A low hum filled the room, not quite music, not quite static. When I tried to focus on it, my head began to ache, so I stopped. Drinks came quickly, but none of us remembered ordering. Condensation beaded on the glasses. But when I touched mine, it wasn't cold. It felt alive, like skin that had just missed being warm. That's when I noticed the clock. It hung crooked above the bar. Its face yellowed with age. The hands pointed to 10:17. 10 minutes passed, then 20. The clock didn't move. I pointed it out, expecting someone to laugh it off. No one did. One of my friends checked her phone, then frowned. She tapped the screen harder than necessary. "Mine's frozen," she said. So was mine. So was everyone's. The hum in the room grew louder, pressing against my ears. I became aware of other sounds, slow breathing, the soft scrape of chairs on the floor. When I looked around, my stomach dropped. There were people in the bar now. Men and women of different ages, all unnaturally still. Their clothes looked outdated, like they'd been pulled from different decades. One woman wore a dress that belonged in black and white photographs. A man at the bar had a cracked leather jacket that looked older than he was. None of them spoke. None of them drank. They just stared into their glasses. I waved at one of them, a middle-aged man slumped over his table. His head lifted slowly, like it was heavy. His eyes were sunken, rimmed with red. And when he looked at me, his lips trembled. "Don't," he whispered, before I could ask what he meant. The bartender cleared his throat. "You're staying late," he said. The words landed wrong, final. "We're actually about to head out," someone said, standing up. The lights flickered. The man froze. The hum stopped. In the sudden silence, I heard something else, scratching. Not from the walls, but from under the floor, like fingernails dragging across wood. Every person in the bar lifted their head at the same time. Their faces weren't right. Smiles stretched too far, splitting lips, exposing teeth that looked worn down, filed flat. Their eyes shone with a desperate hunger, not excitement, relief. "You came for a good time," the bartender said, his smile widening. So did they. The lights went out. Hands grabbed me in the dark, too many of them, all cold, all shaking. Voices poured into my ears, overlapping, sobbing, pleading. "Please take my seat. I've been here so long. Just stay. Just one of you." Then suddenly, I felt breath against my neck. Someone pressed a glass into my hand. "Drink," a voice whispered. "Then you won't feel the waiting anymore." I screamed. The light snapped back on. We were alone again. No bartender, no people, no hum. Just the booth, the table, and our drinks, now half empty. The clock ticked. 10:18. We ran. The door resisted, like it didn't want to open, but finally gave way. The rain outside felt real, cold, and merciful. We didn't stop running until we reached the main road. When we finally looked back down the side street, the bar was gone. Later that night, I found something in my pocket. A napkin. Written on it, in shaky handwriting, "Thank you for staying."